anywhere till a million matter. Yep, like in the Kango Anna. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember how to Atlanta. I can give a about a dog. Used to getting things from a text. Hard counter setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say do. Tell break bread, a fake dead, a bit to hate that. 50 million a year, dot that make that mill. You vote for Trump. You see me outside when you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk. Ain't funny, no hee-haw. Like a Black Panther week to the teeth. Try me weak. Swear to God, I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown getting down with a on me and a half a. Let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I would challenge with a hand. What you see before you, what they told you.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
And they'll run it here. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a third and long at the outset of this drive. Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Deion Jones able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Gone, 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 gone. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he stopped immediately there. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, normally on a third down play, I'm not a huge proponent of play action. But when you run it as effectively as we've seen them do in this game, yeah, it sets it up pretty well.
And particularly on this drive, they've been great running the ball. Good setup. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Set, 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! No.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They're going to try and throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And some room to roam now. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Hines. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Detroit!
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to the booth right after this.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now it's Hines. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the midfield strike, they look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Hines on the toss play. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
That was a good explosive run right there. And it brings up an interesting little dilemma, doesn't it? 4th and inches. Got to decide what they want to do now. Not sure they expected to be in this situation with what they were facing on 3rd down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Over.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. Twisting away. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a handoff looking right. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, Phillips, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a 3rd down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try the left side. Phillips. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6.
Hurry up, here we go.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
Watching that, Barney.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
They'll set up to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
No. Check. Patriot. Now let's go. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Detroit! Watching now, Barney!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Perry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
Watching now, Barney!
This is Hines. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
He'll look to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's to the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it. And this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Over. Watch it now, Barney.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Watch it now, Barney. Over.
Looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here.
Detroit!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, but screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But In this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And on the ground they go with a running back. Nice move at the 40. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He'll look to throw. It's his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Shakes off the sack. And incomplete on the deep ball. So this defense, they look a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I sound